There is a huge development in Lebanon's never-ending political and security crisis. So on August 31st, the Lebanese government is expected to present a new plan to convince Hezbollah to disarm. Yes, you heard that right. The Iran-backed militant group, which has dominated Lebanon's politics and military space for decades, well, they could finally be asked to put down its weapons. Well, the announcement came from Thomas Barrack, the US Special Convoy for Syria and Lebanon, after his meeting with Lebanon's president in Beirut. Now, before you imagine fighter jets and bombs, hold on. This particular plan, according to officials, is not about starting a war. Lebanon's leaders know that they cannot afford another bloody conflict. While the Lebanese army is already stretched thin, their economy is in tatters, and ordinary citizens are still reeling from years of political corruption, hyperinflation, and the Beirut port blast. Instead, this particular plan is supposed to be focused on political persuasions and dialogue, a kind of convince rather than confront approach. But there's a problem. Hezbollah is not just any group. It is an armed powerhouse that is backed by Iran, with a parallel economy, parallel schools, hospitals, and its own foreign policy. You know, it has thousands of fighters, they have rockets, they have even battlefield experience from war against Syria and maybe Israel. Now, convincing them to disarm is not as easy as it seems. Just last week, Hezbollah's deputy leader, Sheikh Naim Qasim, issued a stark warning that if the Lebanese state dares confront Hezbollah, there will be no life left in Lebanon. That's not just a threat. It is a chilling reminder of how deeply entangled Hezbollah is in Lebanon's system. Now let's rewind for a bit. Last year's war with Israel badly weakened Hezbollah. Many leaders and fighters were killed. Under a United States brokered peace deal, Lebanon had agreed that all armed groups must eventually disarm. But Hezbollah cleverly dodged that, saying that its weapons were needed to defend Lebanon from Israel. In reality, those weapons give them very anonymous political leverage too. However, the US is pushing really hard this time. Washington wants the Lebanese state, including the army, the government, and not militia, to hold the monopoly in weapons. Israel, on its part, has hinted at a compromise that if Lebanon actually acts against Hezbollah, Israel may pull back some of its troops from southern Lebanon. That's a big carrot. But the question is, will Hezbollah play along? Interestingly, Hezbollah and its ally, Amal, had even suspended street protests against this disarmament push. But don't be fooled. They warn that if dialogue fails, they could take protests right up to the United States Embassy in Beirut. Can you imagine the chaos that could trigger? So, what does this all mean? This means that Lebanon is standing at a crossroad. On one side, there is the promise of peace, stability, and international support if Hezbollah is disarmed. On the other hand, there is the threat of renewed conflict and chaos if they refuse. The stakes are massive, not just for Lebanon, but for the entire region, because Hezbollah is not just a Lebanese problem. It is an Iranian proxy that plays a central role in the Middle East power struggle.